Nothing can destroy an economy completely, utterly, and deeply more than a world war. So in this clip, I want to talk about, is there a chance that we could see a third world war? Because the provocations are getting pretty intense. The retaliation has been even more intense. Most recently, President Vladimir Putin responded by launching the heaviest barrage of firepower onto Ukrainian soil since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war. He has also warned the United States several times already, don't play with fire. Thank you to everyone who follows the Sai Money Monster channel. If you feel like, hey, you really enjoy our videos and you'd like to support Sai's channel, you can do so through this QR code right here. It'll be a great encouragement for Sai and help cover my medical expenses this time. And it'll also be a big encouragement for my team as well. Or if it's not convenient for you, just liking, sharing, subscribing, or watching the video all the way through is already a huge support. Thank you. Who isn't afraid of World War III, right? Everyone's scared. I'm scared too. But the provocations keep getting more and more intense, and the responses just keep escalating even further. Just this past September 3rd, Russia launched a long-range missile attack into Ukrainian territory. According to Reuters, this was the most intense attack since the Russia-Ukraine war began. President Zelensky of Ukraine announced via Telegram that Russia targeted educational institutions and nearby hospitals. These are sensitive areas in the city, places that are usually off limits for attacks. As a result, people were trapped under the rubble. The latest update on casualties is that more than 51 people have died and over 270 others have been injured. Zelensky emphasized in closing that Russia will definitely have to take responsibility for this retaliation. This latest attack has occurred as a continuation of Ukraine's strike into Russian territory, focusing specifically on Russia's Kursk region. As of tonight, the gun battles are currently raging inside Russia. Russia has also stated that the attacks from Ukraine, which have been ongoing since August 6th, have continued without stopping. This is the most significant and intense military offensive inside Russia since World War II, and President Vladimir Putin also issued a formal response following the incident, saying that Russia will undoubtedly launch a decisive and appropriate retaliation. Then, as I mentioned earlier, they executed their planned military operations. In this case, Sergei Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister, came out and said that the Western countries are escalating the war and bringing trouble upon themselves. Lavrov also said that what the Western countries are doing right now is like little children trying to play with matches, which is dangerous. Now, in this clip, we're talking about the possibility of a third world war breaking out, because nothing can ruin the economy as excellently as war does. No one can destroy the economy better than war can. If anyone wants to know the effects of war on the economy, check out my video on this where I explain that war just isn't worth it. But here, they're already fighting. So has Russia warned about this? Yes. They've repeatedly said if provocations keep escalating, it could lead to World War III or a nuclear strike. They've warned about this many times. Ever since the very first time Russia decided to attack Ukraine and start the war, Putin made it clear. Anyone who invades our country or our people should know that Russia's response will be immediate and of a severity never before seen in history. If you want to know what kind of Russian weapon is so powerful that it's never been seen before in history, let me tell you the name. Tsar Bomba 1000. I mentioned it before in the story about Russia's national treasures that the world should fear. In this video, and once again in March 2024, Russia came out and said that they don't want to be in conflict. They said they don't want to be hostile toward NATO, but NATO's involvement in this conflict has brought the world just one step away from World War III, until the most recent attack, which really provoked Russia. Once again, it has sparked discussions within Russia about their nuclear doctrine, or the regulations for deploying nuclear weapons, which they had previously established. But now they want to make it even more streamlined, essentially to make it easier to launch them. The regulations for deploying nuclear weapons, or Russia's nuclear doctrine. It was established in 2020, with President Vladimir Putin having already signed it into effect. There are parts that I think are important and want to share with everyone. Specifically, what are the triggers that would cause Russia to launch nuclear weapons? Here they are. To begin with, if there is reliable and verified intelligence about a missile being launched that is specifically aimed at Russian territory or the territory of its allies. Second, if weapons of mass destruction are used against Russia or its allies. Third, even an attack with conventional weapons counts. It doesn't have to be weapons of mass destruction, but if it threatens the existence of Russia as a country. Fourth, if there is an attack on the government or on government agencies or Russian military facilities, or especially if there is a deliberate attack aimed at destroying Russia's nuclear bases, that would trigger Russia to launch nuclear weapons right away. I've actually covered this before in a previous video. If someone accidentally launches a nuclear weapon, nuclear war only happens when someone fires a missile into the sky. At launch, it's never just one. They launch them in a pack because there's a chance they could be intercepted, right? So they have to fire several at once. The moment the first person decides to launch a nuclear strike, the second party will immediately fire back. And it won't just be two parties involved. It will turn into a back and forth exchange between the allies on each side, and the moment the first party decides to launch, it will immediately escalate into a nuclear war. So if provocation leads Russia to actually launch a nuclear weapon, that would be the day nuclear war breaks out. That would be World War III. Just a disclaimer though, Money Monster is not predicting World War III. We're just discussing the possibility that a nuclear war could happen if one party decides to launch. Anyway, regardless of that, regarding the attacks in Ukraine that have been going on since August 6th, the United States says, we don't know anything about it, we're not involved, and we didn't give any approval. I had nothing to do with this. But Sergei Naryshkin, the head of Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, responded by saying he doesn't believe it. Moscow doesn't believe it either. The Russian government doesn't believe it. No one believes that Western countries aren't involved in the attacks on Russia's Kursk region. Even Western media themselves can't agree on how to report this story. For example, the New York Times reported that the US and UK did, in fact, gather satellite images of the Russian city of Kursk and sent them to Ukraine before the attack took place. But Time magazine said that the reason they gathered and sent the images was simply to make it easier to track Russian reinforcements more effectively. That's all? They didn't send them to be used for an attack. This attack on the Kursk region, in Russia, of course, led to a strong retaliatory strike back into Ukraine. I'm not saying who's right or wrong here. I'm just pointing out what led to what. And that made Russia accelerate its invasion of Ukraine even more. Normally, Russia would advance about 200 to 300 meters a day in seizing territory, right? But after the attack on the Kursk region, they started advancing by about 1 kilometer per day. The Russian Ministry of Defense also reported that the battlefield in the Kursk region caused Ukraine to lose a significant number of troops from its army. This includes the loss of 7,800 personnel and 75 tanks, and another 500 armored vehicles. All of this is NATO's money. President Putin has also offered a solution to President Zelensky, saying that the Ukrainian army's provocative efforts in Russia's Kursk region are bound to fail. Russia will deal with the groups of raiders who have invaded. And finally, President Putin also said that he hopes Ukraine will finally realize that negotiations are the only way out of this conflict.